Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told her. We rarely have confrontation. Admit the shit I said really was bold. Real talk, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. Tit for tat when I'm calling out her trauma. She too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the Legend series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, for saying that's the show. For saying that's the show. So just lay back your mind, something new. Everybody tuning in, so cause he is the voice of reason, yeah.
Hey Zo, I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, you see I'm in the building. The ladies have returned. We got a lot of shit to cover today. Listen, I don't know if, well, I ain't even going to get into it right now. I'm going to get into it after I promote the relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Are you chewing gum in the mic, young lady? What's going on? What in the feast of Sam?
I just forgot to take it out.
Jeez, just sound like fried fish happening in this. Anyway.
That fried fish.
Anyway, look. The relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. My 2015 release. You know I'm a self-published.
Right.
You know I'm out here hustling this book.
Hustling.
The relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. 12 chapters. At the end of every chapter, there are exercises that must be completed in order to matriculate on to the next
level
chapter. Yeah, and it is 2015. Y'all got to support this book right now. It's on Amazon in 3 different formats.
What are they?
For those who don't like to actually look at words, there's an Audible version.
Oh, do tell.
Yes, go to Amazon and get the Audible.
Go get it.
If you don't like to see words. Then there's a Kindle version. If you're fancy smanchy and you got your little iPhone watch and you want to read it on your watch while you're
sipping a Pellegrino.
I don't know. Yes, a Pompelman.
Taking a dump.
Or running on the treadmill. I must read a book while I'm at it. You can do all of this weirdness with the Kindle version. I don't promote it often, but it's on iBooks as well.
That's right.
On the little Apple side of the game.
Apple.
Android.
Yeah, it is.
You know what?
I mean, it's not really a gang, is it? Are you banging for Android, my nigga?
Yeah, I represent all day.
Do you have stock?
Oh,
right, that part.
If not,
all right.
And we're done with your banging. Cool. Now, it's on iBooks. And then I want everybody to go out and get the follow-up to the relationship dismount. The holographic relationship.
Fire.
It is. It really is.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about this book. Broken into 3 sections. The first section takes cutting-edge scientific concepts. Cutting edge science. The holographic principle. Right? The uncertainty principle. Fine tuning, obsolescence. Takes all of these, right? The wave function collapse or the measurement it problem. Takes all of these and turn them into relationship concepts. It's called The Science of Relationship, the first section. The second section incorporates all of those concepts into a full-fledged novel.
That's right.
The story of Dalvin and Jamie.
I know Dalvin.
Then, after that, there is a 100, a lot of people are upset about this, a self-questionnaire workbook.
What are you upset?
100 questions for you to question yourself. Yikes. Discover who you are. The holographic relationship.
Amazing.
The paperback is only available directly from me. You have to go to my website. IamZoWilliams.com. Go get your copies right now. I'm making a post office run tomorrow morning.
That's right.
All orders made right now will be processed and shipped out tomorrow.
Oh,
that's right.
So that's minimum waiting.
Yeah.
You in the dig? Holla at your boy Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Now, there's more. The VOR radio network. My own channel.
Yeah.
Let's go. So dope.
On
so
Dash Radio?
dope.
Man.
Y'all don't understand what I'm about to do.
You about to turn the F up.
Y'all,
It's on
About
fire.
to. He already turned the fuck up.
Yeah.
But no, to the next level. Yeah, next levelness.
this shit about to be ignorant as hell. VOR radio is coming to Dash Radio.
That's right.
And I'm going to say it again. I love all my folks. I'm looking for the best of the best. The brightest of the brightest. The dopest of the dope. You know dig? If you ain't fire, you need to retire.
Ooh. You got a stand for you.
I'm coming for the best. I want the most intelligent, the most creative, the funniest. Mimi Show funny. I don't know if y'all ever watched Mimi Show. Mimi be in there.
Cutting the fuck up. Spread that shit out.
That's right.
VOR Radio. Zoe Williams' Voice of Reason Radio is coming to Dash Radio. It's going down.
Congratulations.
I'm excited in the mud.
I'm excited for you.
You know what it is?
That's what it is.
I'm turned up, man. I'm so turned up. I don't understand how. I was gonna play some music. I was so turned up. Should I play some music?
Totally.
Do you guys feel like classic Voice of Reason?
Kizzy?
Y'all ready for that? I don't think y'all ready for that. I love classic Voice of Reason. Sorry. I do. But I don't want to be classic. I want to be innovative and new. If you have a podcast, a radio show, or something like that, that you think would grab the brother's attention, holla at me. ZO at Dash Radio is the email address. Send me your podcast. Send me your radio show.
That's right. Send it in. Send it in. Right now. Now. Zoe Williams is in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I don't know what's happening with Mimi right now, but Mimi turned up. Here, let me put the camera on.
Wait.
Oh, wow.
When I tell you Mimi lit right now, Mimi lit.
2 T's lit.
Mimi's out of control.
Hilarious.
Hey, so look. I got a couple of products that you know I got to support. You guys got to support. You already know what it is. Total Package Energy. Greatest energy drink in the world. Please tell them Zoe Williams sent you, man. Go get 80 cases right now. Go get 400 cases right now. Go do it. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Also, you already know. Bill Sauce is in the house. Yeah. Hey, I'm turned up.
Yes. Everyone clearly is.
Now, let me.
It's turn up time.
Now,
Go get ours.
I gotta come back to you. Cause I got a topic so sick right now.
Ooh.
I worked on this topic, man. This topic is crazy. Let me tell you how crazy it is. First off, I gotta get more creative.
Okay.
So y'all can compete with mansions.
Here we
I
go.
knew that was coming.
Okay. All right, here we
What
go.
is it with this male-female competition thing you're doing, Zoe?
First off, you still sick.
No,
you
I'm
need
not.
a popper stopper on that microphone before you get the next group sick.
I am not contagious. My voice is hoarse because I have been doing other things besides not those things.
What you been doing?
I mean, I've been talking too much. You know, I lie for a living. I got to talk to people on the phone all day. I wasn't feeling good. You know, all that combination, the air. But now
You sound like you got the measles.
No, not the measles.
I had the measles when I was 5.
It's back.
I had the measles when people had to get the measles, okay? That's what's wrong with these little soft bastards now. They need to go outside and catch that shit.
You sound nasally a little bit though.
Don't she sound fucked up?
You
That's
sound
what.
nasally.
Look at, hey, Mimi leaning away from her.
Y'all some old judgmental germ judgments.
I'm just saying. You
This
don't
is an
normally
episode
sound.
of germ judgments.
You normally don't sound this way. Let me hear you change it then.
What do you want me to say, okay? Do you want me
It
to talk
sounds
like that?
terrible.
It sounds.
All right.
We can still
I'm just
hear it.
being me, okay?
Goodbye. All right, I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason, the VOR, is in the building. I've been working overtime to create topics to open these women up. I got something special for y'all today. This shit about to go down. I'm excited in the mud. Let me say what's up to the chat room. What up, chat room? Listen, Dash Radio listeners, when you hear me mention the chat room, it's only because I'm talking to the people we are broadcasting live to. I have a YouTube channel that's closing in on 49,000. I need everybody to like this, man. Share this. We got to get to 50,000 before the weekend is over. 50,000 subscribers. We're at 48.6. We are 1,400 away. You gonna dig? 1,400 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. We broadcast every show. See how people do you when you give them an opportunity? They come to your show late. No, go on, sit right there so we can see you on the camera. They come to the show late. That's how you know they ain't from LA. They don't know to leave early to get here on time. They don't know. Come to the show late. It was the great Guy Black who said, be careful who you give your mic to. Say, don't share that mic with everybody, boy. You on an international platform. 10 million listeners. And you show up late. Y'all wonder why the Mansion series kicking y'all ass. Mimi, if I ever see you sniff that microphone again. Mimi wild as shit right now. Mimi out of control. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's get to the topic. You already know this is a caller-driven show. I want to hear from men, women. I want to hear from people in relationships. I want to hear from singles. This topic is nuts. Here we go. Today's topic. NAGatha Bitchy. Not NAGatha Christie. NAGatha Bitchy. A deeper look at how women can effectively test her man without antagonizing him. You old habitual line crossing, button pushing, repetitive, talking down to argumentative, entitled writeaholics. I'm coming for you tonight. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I want to hear from the naggers. Not the niggers. The naggers.
And y'all better call in because you know you out there.
Fucking naggers. You're one of them.
Oh, no, I am not. I am so against nagging. My son has a nagger. I hope she ain't listening, but too bad if she is. She's a nagger. You go lose him, girl. Stop nagging my child.
No, you're a nagger.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
How you gonna say I'm a nagger?
Did you nag your son?
No.
Did you nag his daddy?
No. His daddy was a street dude. We ain't had time to be nagging. It was more arguing than anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today is YouTuber, influencer, artist, yogini. I mean, she's a whole bunch of shit. Mother, little cutie pie, out here in these streets.
In these streets.
Doing her thug thizzle. Goddess Ayana has joined us. Speaking to that mic and say hello to folks.
Peace, family. How are y'all doing tonight?
There we go. It's about to go down in the town. I got questions. What does it mean when you push someone's buttons? Women are the masters at pushing buttons. I already know this. 323-230-4610. How do you react when someone pushes your buttons? Are you a master of ignoring them? A master of indifference? Or the more you care, the more volatile you are? 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. You know how you do it.
I'm not a nagger. I'm a suggester.
I'm not done.
What is that?
I'm not done.
I'm sorry.
Should I cut your mic off again? Not at all. Why do we choose partners who seem to deliberately push our buttons? 323-230-4610. I need to hear from you. Oh, this is going to be a tough question. How easy is it to complain to your partner without putting them in a defensive posture? You motherfuckers don't know how to answer that question. Huh? Is complaining healthy for a healthy relationship? A good relationship. Is complaining good? 323-230-4610. I see the phone lines are lighting up. We're going to come to you.
Okay, wait.
True or false? Oh, God. We often choose partners whose behaviors or presence will trigger difficult issues from our past, usually from our childhood. The reason we do this is not because we are masochists, but we are on a quest for wholeness. Huh? How many of you hard-headed motherfuckers, I'm speaking to women, the number to dial is 323-230-4610. How many of you hard-headed motherfuckers take instruction, inspiration, motivational words from your man and turn it into criticism? Turn it negative. Whereas if you were listening objectively, if you weren't so close, you would see what he's saying to you as positive.
Hilarious.
Huh? Yeah. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, call me right now. How do you deal with a chronic complainer? What's the difference? Can we distinguish between complaints and criticisms? How come every time I'm giving you good game? How many times, brothers, have you given good game to be shot down only for that same good game to be accepted by a gender partner? Ooh. I done told you the same shit your raggedy ass girlfriend just told you. You want to fight me because I said it, but you want to embrace her because she said it? Or your mama, that lonely heifer?
Oh. Oh, Lord. Not the lonely heifer.
Huh? Do men born to single mothers learn how to nag like bitches when they grow up?
Absolutely.
Oh, now y'all want to speak.
Absolutely.
Yes. Y'all was quiet than a motherfucker. Y'all was quiet than a motherfucker.
My son
As soon
ain't
as
no
I
nagger.
flipped the coin, yes, yes indeed, in the name of Jesus, yes, hallelujah.
No. I have to disagree. My son ain't no nagger, and he had a single mama.
Mama.
He was not a nagger.
I don't know what a mama is, but I'm going to turn your mic off. True or false? It's not nagging. It's motivational speaking.
What?
The number to dial. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I need truth tellers in here right now. We're about to hold church. I need truth tellers.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, in the dig. Hey. I feel the spirit is strong this evening.
It's running up in here.
It is well.
I feel the hand of Almighty God on this topic this evening.
Oh, you got that right, because my son trying to call in. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he's about to tell us that you've been nagging him for years.
No, he not.
I need to know, ladies. Are you complainers? Are you chronic complainers? Are you naggers? You naggers.
I think it depends on the partner, though. Like, I mean, a lot of people talk about nagging, but how many of us feel like sometimes the men aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing? So if I have to ask you every day to take out the trash at the end of the week, you're mad because I've been nagging you all week about the trash. You should have handled that. I shouldn't even have to ask you to take out the trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here is the fuckery.
But it's the truth.
Ain't no such thing as an autopilot nigga. I shouldn't even have to ask you. Creates conflict in relationship. That very notion that I shouldn't have to ask you. Yes, in the fuck you do.
Y'all don't feel that way about head, though.
Of course not.
Okay, there we go.
Hold on. Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on.
I love you.
Hold on.
Exactly.
This dick made for your mouth.
Oh my God.
That's its natural garage.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
Oh my God.
This dick, your mouth, been together since time immemorial.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's be clear. This dick, your mouth, soulmates, twin flames. Do you understand me? Y'all motherfuckers is out of pocket. Let me make this point. There is no automaton that is a man. Let me explain something to you. Mundane shit for a high-minded man, which most women want. Most women don't want a Cro-Magnon. They don't want a fucking Neanderthal. They want a self-realized God King. Most of these niggas ain't taking out the trash. And it's not on fucking autopilot. That's number one. Number two. These women, man, I be listening to y'all talk. Let me turn y'all mic on because y'all get. Okay, your mic is back on. Because when y'all get wild, I got to step in and reprimand said foolishness. No, let's just keep it 100 now. Most men, this is why we made the distinction, right? Between, and in the last show we talked about this, and I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it yourself. We made the distinction. This one right here. I always tell women, love yourself as much as you love toxic men with good dick.
That is a great analogy.
Now,
That's a great thing.
Now watch this. Y'all used to listen. Y'all used to nagging this motherfucker because he's got high scores in the bedroom and low scores in the rest of his life. So now, instead of what you would be doing with a God-realized man, right? You would be adding on energetically and spiritually to what's already there. Now, you done turned into a motherfucking drill sergeant for this nigga.
Right. Where you at?
He toxic, but he got good dick. You think you can save him, salvage him, rebuild him on the bionic man side of the game, when in actuality,
his toxicity is reflective of yours. And instead of spending time trying to figure out how I get good dick toxic nigga, you go to work on trying to fix something that's not supposed to be fixed by you. It's supposed to be fixed within you. You're not supposed to say, okay, look, this nigga is fucked up. Let me go over here and help this. No, it's let me help me. Why do I have the need or the desire to want to fix him? What's broken in me? Huh? Love yourself as much as you love toxic me.
I know y'all was giving each other high fives when y'all thought of that one.
Huh? Fuck you nagging for when there's so much wrong with you. Ooh. Huh?
Nagging is on my nerves.
You're a nagger.
No, I'm not. My mother was a nagger. That's why I'm not a nagger. I hated that shit.
I don't believe you.
It's the truth. If my son could get through, he'd tell you. I wasn't a nagger. He called me his number one hater. Now, he did call me that because I would stop him from going places. But, I mean, he grew up in L.A. where niggas get shot. So, yes, I was your number one hater. If I ain't dropping you off or picking you up, you ain't the fuck going. So, yeah, I was a number one hater. I wouldn't let him go with his cousins to the skating rink for an all-night skate, shit like that. But I wasn't a nagger because my mother nagged the hell out of me over
Did you ever
dumb
push
shit.
buttons?
Now, that I did. I'm a habitual button pusher.
And for some reason, you didn't get an iota of nagging.
No, I didn't have to. I just pushed the button and back off and watch what happened.
You're an antagonist.
I was.
You're a negative person.
No, I was an antagonist. I was a manipulate antagonizer.
So manipulating and antagonizing,
Yes.
but not negative.
To get what I wanted
Do
from
you
my
see
son. Dad.
why Mansions is better than the
I
Voice
just
of
told
Reason?
the truth.
Really?
How is that when I just told the truth? You guys tell the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Listen, you're looking for a word that's comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
Antagonizing and manipulative equals negative? Maybe?
Yes, but I'm owning up to it 100% by sharing that with you.
So are you a negative person?
I was in my past.
Oh, now
yes.
you're saying it. Thank you. That's all I wanted.
I said that at first.
No, you didn't.
Now you're a nagger.
Didn't she say it?
You're the nagger, so.
But see, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Your sensei, your God King, your guru has led you to the truth, and I get bashed for it.
Oh,
You even said it in such a soft voice.
And who's manipulative here? He even said he did it in a down tone. Like, let me soften this blow for this bitch.
Hilarious.
But we have to push buttons. We have to see how strong y'all are. We living in a world where we really need our men to be strong. So naturally, we're going to push buttons to see how strong are you. Finna let me walk all over you? Because if you're going to let me walk all over you, I'm going to walk all over you just like the world. Like D.L. Hughley said, he said something about power is a void. If somebody going to have to take it.
That's
I need
a great
to see
point.
that you're powerful.
Ayana, that's a great point. Let's juxtapose that point with a herpetologist.
What?
Not somebody with Rice Krispies on their balls, but a herpetologist.
Not a herpetologist.
A herpetologist is someone who deals with reptiles.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear the door close?
Yeah, a little bit.
I swear to God, motherfuckers take this $1 million opportunity and treat it like shit. Okay.
No.
Herpetologist. That's my point. Everybody move down so we can get weekdays into the... Weekdays look like she been wrestling. Okay, cool. All right. So, the herpetologist analogy. You have to handle these motherfucking reptiles. Sometimes they're poisonous. Have you ever seen somebody handling a motherfucking black mamba?
No.
Have you ever seen somebody handling A reticulated python.
No.
A cobra. Every time motherfuckers are handling poisonous snakes, rattlesnakes, whatever, normally somebody get bit or close to getting bit. Right? Mm-hmm. Testing versus criticizing, two different things. A lot of women lean towards a more negative, demeaning style of testing. And just like the herpetologist, fuck with one of them snakes while you feeding them and see what happens. You gon' get bit and injected with a high level of poison.
Right.
Am I lying?
No, you're quite right.
There are a lot of women who have never been properly educated on how to test a man. If I ask, and I'm going to, starting with Sleepy, you got into a fight? What happened? Who you beat up? Somebody stole something from. Let's get her on camera. Look at this motherfucker right here. Somebody stole something. Motherfucker look like shit.
You went to the gym, girl.
I'm like exhausted.
Somebody gave you the old. Okay, never mind.
Oh my goodness.
Let me ask weekdays.
Yes.
Weekdays, really quickly. Give me 3 examples of how to introduce positive complaining.
Positive complaining.
Yes.
Okay.
Constructive complaining, because complaints aren't bad. Right? If you could present it properly. There are issues. I'm calling it positive complaining. Can you complain without putting your man in a defensive posture? Give me 3 tips on how to do it right now. Go.
Okay, well, one thing you could do is frame it within the context of like, oh, babe, I love when you do this. Like, take out the trash. Like, he doesn't always take out. Babe, I love when you take out the trash.
You niggas want janitors. That's what I'm starting to see.
As an example, okay? But if you're like, oh, babe, like, I really appreciate when you take out the trash. It really helps me out. Like, I love when you do it. And you're going to, like, also that helps, feel up on him. You can, like, compliment, call him handsome. Like, oh, handsome. Like, oh, you make me feel so amazing when you take out the trash. There's ways to compliment people within that context. Also, please and thank you go a long way. And also, you can also just do things while, like, you're in the acts of, like, sexual, like, things where you're like, oh, I'm giving you a really amazing head. Well, by the way, could you also do this? Or, like, there's ways to, like, use your womanhood to get him to do what you want.
I'm going to tell you right now. No. I'm going to tell you right now. Weekdays has brought up a great point. You might have to do something primal. In a dig. That requires humming. For me,
humming.
Listen, for me to do.
Come on them nuts.
Let me just. Do you understand? Can I just be honest?
Here we go.
I'm not about mundane shit. Motherfucker can say I'm on a high horse or whatever. I'm not about mundanity. A woman could never come to me with the expectation, whether it's spoken or unspoken, locked in the position of, I shouldn't have to ask you to do some mundane shit.
Right.
Can you imagine a woman coming up to me and standing over me like, can't you see the yard?
Oh my gosh.
Never. Yeah, I can see the motherfucking yard. What about it?
Call the gardener.
You better call somebody.
Do you see all the leaves?
Maybe that's
bitches fall. The leaves fall. It's fall time. It's autumn. What What do you want?
That's the LA stuff. Southern men know when that grass get high, cut that grass. When that garbage get full, get that garbage. Because just like you want me to be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning and sucking and fucking, you need to handle your job too. That's all I'm saying.
Let me just say this.
Oh, man. That's what
Cooking,
she said.
cleaning, sucking, and fucking is what you like to do.
Really?
Tell me I'm lying.
You're not
I
lying.
don't like
'cause-
sucking dick.
You don't?
You was a lesbian for 10 years too.
Oh, that's why. That's why. I forgot. Her
Then there's
jaws
that
are-
part.
Her jaws have to
Listen,
go.
you better learn how to
that
suck
way.
some dick because it'll help you get your way. You put them in your mouth and you're like, oh, babe, like, could you remember just to take the trash out next week? I bet you he will remember to do it.
I won't remember, but I can be reminded.
Right.
That same action.
A little bit more, so we're stepping in the right direction.
First of all,
And
a
again.
woman, it's your house. The garbage, everything's gonna be fine when you get home, nigga. If you my nigga, ain't gonna be no garbage and all that, because I probably already did it. I'm not gonna sit around waiting for somebody to come take out my garbage, stanking up my house, making mats and shit. But I will say it'd be nice if you would do that for me sometime. You know?
Listen.
While I'm
Let me show you how you get a man
coming on your nuts.
to consider you. Listen, let me show you. Prayer is an obligation. That's a religious obligation. Prayer. If you Muslim, salat. 5 times a day. You understand? That's an obligation to God.
Mm-hmm.
Most men don't have an obligation to housework. That's just the way we look at it. Most men. Now you got a whole new set of men running around this motherfucker on the beta side of the game that be hopping through hoops to get some shit from his woman that she already wants to give him. But she's learned that the simpleton can be manipulated for the nookie.
Mm-hmm.
He could be Listen, your woman wants to cook for you. No, excuse me. Let me say it again. Your woman wants to cook and eat for herself. You in the dig? Your woman wants to fuck you. But your woman has now turned that shit into a bargaining chip. Getting you to do shit she already wants to do.
And enjoys doing.
Now, here's the conundrum for y'all. You know if you don't do it, somebody else will.
Ain't that the truth?
That's the realest.
Likewise for everybody.
Little hurt asses. You little hurt lockers.
And what if he say, yeah, and somebody else won't ask me? You
Listen.
know?
Keep fucking around nagging niggas and see what happens.
You'll lose that nigga.
You will lose him because you're nagging about some basic shit.
And the next broad ain't nagging.
See, listen, slavery is so ingrained in our DNA. Taking out the trash, maintaining basic shit.
You know what?
It's not being lazy.
Listen, have you studied the life of Howard Hughes? Do you think he cleaned anything?
Hell no.
A lot of people don't know what
Hell
he
no.
did.
He was a germaphobe, I know that.
Listen, do you know how many motherfuckers who run the world have no time for menial tasks?
Right, they have a maid or someone or their wife.
Exactly.
So, I'm talking about exceptional motherfuckers.
Right. I agree.
Little cornballs y'all fuck and control. Okay, baby, I need an oil change. If you do it, I'll have something special for you. That's a fucking puppy. You got pussy treats for niggas.
That pussy treat.
The pussy treats.
Right.
A man who has options is gonna look at that pussy treat like, what?
What is she talking about?
What kind of incentive is this?
Someone else has it down the street.
Bitch, that's a
And around the
pedigree
corner.
treat. That ain't even the top line, the blue devil dog treat. You gave me some 99-cent store treat.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
I just feel like a real man is not, he's going to take the initiative to handle the things that you need handled.
Wait, hold on. Did you say a real man?
A real man.
You should ask the opinion of a real man before you. You should not project your ideas of who you think I am.
Well, my daddy was a real man, and he never had to get asked to take the trash out. He always cut the yard. He handled business. He handled everything.
Work and worship come from the same root. Sovereign God kings don't worship. They don't work. The commoners do that. Do you see how common life has infiltrated the relationship infrastructure? And now it's being labeled as, these are good qualities. No, these are qualities of the help.
Until you can afford the help, we all got to be putting in on the help.
Exactly.
Not me.
You know what?
That is crazy.
That is not crazy. You guys have taken just like slave shit and made it like, this is a good man. He worked with his hands. He built a birdhouse the other day. Now we got birds and hummingbirds and shit in the back.
Hey, ain't
This
nothing
is some
wrong.
fuck shit.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a man that can build some shit. That means he can pick a big bitch up. You know, so if he can build things with his hands and is strong, and he's still an alpha male at the same time, because a real woman should know you don't have to nag a man. A man's gonna be a man if, like Zoe said, he got shit to do.
Somebody just said in the chat room, I'm going to open up the phone lines in a second. Somebody just said in the chat room, I don't understand. Relationships are work. You want to make it fucking simple?
Look,
see what I'm saying? Do you see how it's inverted? Relationships is work. Oh, God. Okay, nigga, go out there and cut the hedges so you can feel like you're something.
She gonna bring you some lemonade with some ice in it.
Yeah, I got a good woman. She saw I was out here sweating by my brow.
Oh my God.
What? You know why she gotta be a sharecropper?
Listen.
And color purple.
Listen, let me make this shit clear.
Oh my God.
The work is internal. When people say relationship is work, it's internal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me working on my partner. No, it's me working on me based off of the reflections I get from my partner.
Right.
The triggers that come, right? The upsets, the mental and emotional and psychological disturbances that my partner triggers in me. That is where the work is, not in the yard.
But who gonna do the yard?
Nigga.
Jose or
why you can't both do the
anybody.
yard together or hire somebody to do the yard?
Yeah, why don't you but what's wrong with them?
Just have someone who does that type of work. Come on over and make that happen.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? We've got it backwards. Mm-hmm. You're nagging for the most part because most people who nag, let's just be honest, the phone line's 323-230-4610. Most people nag because most people are immature.
That part.
Yeah.
Let me break this down.
Petty Paul.
Yeah, exactly. Let me break
And
this
Paula.
down. Let me break this down so you can see clearly. In the book, Power versus Force, I always use this guy, Dr. David R. Hawkins. Anger comes from frustration, right? You're first frustrated. Then you get angry. These are levels of consciousness. Anger is a level of consciousness. Frustration is a level of consciousness. But they're all low-level levels of consciousness. Anger, frustration, these are not high levels of consciousness. Most people are nagging because they're like children. They're not getting what they want. So they nag in order to try to get what they want. A lot of times, what they're asking for ain't even no big deal. The real battle is in getting what you want. It's a war of he just not giving it to me because I'm asking. Let's observe some of the bullshit we turn into a mountain. I know Ayana got 2 examples of that. Where you nagged and you pushed, but after you got away from the situation, you were able to look back and go, that shit really wasn't even all that.
I don't know about that.
Give me 2 examples. I know you got 2 examples.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely go back to my relationship with my ex-husband. And
Can I get 2 examples?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Why do I have to ask you once again over and over to take the trash out? And especially when I'm pregnant, I can understand when I'm not pregnant or whatever. But if I'm pregnant, I need help around the house. Some things I can't carry. Some things I need you to handle. And so if I ask you over and over, and if I ask you nicely and I ask you while I'm sucking your dick and you still don't do it, 3-4 days down the line, I'm gonna be a little irritated. I'm gonna be frustrated, and I'm gonna have to nag. Like, okay, can you just get it done? Like, why do I have to ask you over and over? Just get it done.
Goddess Ayana, what happened to the stick-to-itiveness?
Stick to it.
Keep sucking.
Oh God.
Her jaw
but
about
like
to
you
be
said,
hurt.
you would forget.
I'll never forget the trash if I'm politely and seductively reminded.
But why I have to do all that? Now I feel like a sex slave. You talking about slavery? Now I feel like a sex slave.
Do you like sucking dick?
We all like sucking the dick of the man that we love.
Then goddammit, enjoy yourself until I get myself together around this trash. Cause it's other shit I got going on in my life. Shit, I'm not interested in trash. The shit got to start stinking before I go fuck with it.
That's why I take that shit out my damn self, because I ain't waiting on no man to come take out my trash, no man to lift nothing, open no jars, none of that shit. I got other plans for you, because Louis Vuitton right around the corner. You got Gucci. No, I'm just kidding. But fuck the trash. It's better. It's other fish to fry.
But that's what I'm saying. Pick your battles. You'll end a relationship because a man doesn't want to do chores around the house.
Oh, no. I mean, it has to be more than that. But what about gender roles? You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers still like, well, these women these days too independent. They don't want to take care of the home, blah, blah, blah.
Who wrote the gender roles? Where are these roles to be found? Who wrote them?
But they're necessary and beneficial when we get them. But even when we look at indigenous tribes, even when we look at Africa, men and women have roles in their community, and they
have roles.
True.
I agree. Who are we using those roles, or are we using somebody else's roles?
I feel like we're using both.
Really?
We're using the roles that we have to use right now in the situation that we're in. But back in the day, I feel like like we were a little bit more traditional in some of our values as a people and how we operate in the home. But if we you
saying black people in America are using mixed roles?
We are,
right, from like Africa or some traditional shit and white folk.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with
that. The phone
that.
lines are open.
I'm just gonna say, I do think that, like, I mean, in a relationship, I think you use rules that work for you and your partner. So if, like, one person, like, if I don't mind taking out the trash, then why would I make an issue of it if both of us can do it? Like, there's certain things where I don't feel like as a woman I can't take out the trash. If it needs to be done, then I'm just going to do it. I don't think it's worth having an argument over if it's something where it's like...
There she is. Let's get her on camera. She doesn't have on makeup right now. She's looking a lot like Linda Blair today, but it's fine.
Don't turn her around.
You look
but I
beautiful.
just feel like if I can do something and there's not that big of a deal, I don't need to make an argument over about it. It's like I'm just gonna do it. And if there's something maybe I don't like, do it. Hopefully that person is the yin to my yang, where I can say, hey, okay, then that's this person's role. Like I don't like folding clothes, but I love doing laundry. So hopefully I'm with a partner that doesn't mind folding the clothes, and then I'll do the actual stuff. He'll fold it, and now we get it done, and we get it done together, and it's not worth having an argument or a discussion.
And it's
about.
true. Most women today, millennials and those after them, are non-traditional. When we talk this gender role shit, most of them non-traditional anyway.
Right. They want all the tradition without doing their part in it. You know, and it's a lot of women that want a man that's going to take out the trash, that's going to want a man to do all these things. But when it comes to being a woman, she's not cooking, she's not cleaning, the kids look fucked up, the house is dirty. But you want to be treated like a special woman on Mother's Day, you know, while your kids running around here with their snotty ass nose and dirty laundry.
Again, we're moving into a different time. I believe most black people, probably 90% of black people you fuck with, have white people beliefs about relationships.
Right.
Gender roles and all this shit. Where did it come from? Somebody said, I seen like this. You probably saw this little meme too. At the top is God, then is man, then is woman, then is children. Right? Who came up with any of this?
White people.
Right.
No. I'm not going to give white people the credit for that. But when I look into these things, I listen to all of these people and I go, who are the authors of your thought about relationship? Who authored it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you and your woman didn't sit down and author your own shit, you motherfuckers are actors in another person's script. Do you understand? When we look at black people in America, most of our nagging comes from finances.
True. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Broke. Well, come on, nigga, what we doing?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We ain't doing shit.
You know what? That shit.
I knew that was coming.
Because this is the contradiction of the black community. Most of your complaints about your man is about bread. But that don't stop you from giving head or fucking. You will get rid of one broken nigga and fuck the next.
Oh wow! Like you get that grace period.
But do you?
Well, they think pussy gonna change a nigga. You know, some bitches think with they pussy. They think they pussy gonna make a nigga do some shit. Like they pussy gonna gravitate to trash taking out, or they pussy gonna magically turn a nigga into a provider.
Can I just be honest?
Mm-hmm.
There's no pussy good enough to change me.
I know that, but
to make me do anything.
Right. You have to want to do it.
Do you understand? There's none. You know how much pussy I have?
You know what?
I think you're qualified
as a Gemini.
Huh? You know how much good pussy I have?
Right.
You know, there's some fire pussy running around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I hope not fire.
I'm just.
You know what?
He ain't say gonorrhea. He said fire.
Off the hook.
I'm just. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of times, women overvalue their pussy.
That's true. Yeah.
If you don't have a spirit that matches the juiciness of your pussy,
That's all you got.
That juicy pussy get old.
Right.
Let me tell you something about men. We like chasing shit. We'll chase a dry pussy when we got a juicy pussy. Be like, yo, there's some new pussy. Let me see how dry it is. You lying. That pussy.
Don't even know it's about to scrape up the sides of your dick, but you want to see.
I just want to see if it'll tear this condom off.
Right. A rug burn on the condom.
Friction.
Oh my.
Do you understand? Like, you could have a girl with a bomb tight pussy and ain't got no sense, crazy than a motherfucker, no direction, no future, self-unaware, and that shit could be the worst experience you ever had in your life, sans the pussy.
Right.
I will say that I 100% agree with that. I don't think pussy can make a person do it. I think it's personality. Well, like if you appreciate someone and you build that person up, like my dad would always say, you don't catch flies with vinegar, you catch it with honey. So I used to be like, well, maybe I need to just switch up my angle on this and be sweeter and be like, you know, hey, babe, well, thanks so much. And just like love on this person in that way. And it was like actually what the thing that turned around. So it was like when we'd have sex, it was like, oh, this is just fun. I'm not using this to get this person to take out the trash. It's like he's doing it because he actually appreciates me and he's like, okay, this is what makes this person happy. So I think personality will more so get a man to do it where he feels appreciated and uplifted versus being like, oh, I'm gonna dangle a pussy over you, because he'll just go to someone else where he doesn't have to take out the trash and he can just get it for free.
But then flip it the other way. Because, I mean, I'm listening and I'm seeing everybody in the chat room. A woman who has to nag has to be disconnected spiritually somewhere.
That's real.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Okay, speak to that then.
Because I don't think any woman goes into a relationship thinking I'm going to nag this brother. That we find positive things. We're like, oh my gosh, you have all the potential in the world. We're positive. We're ready. And it's over time where we start building up with hurts, resentment, and frustrations, and those things I think are the build up to the reason why a lot of women nag. Now, personally, in my marriage, I wasn't a nagger until probably the last year of our marriage when I was finally fed up. But if I was real with myself, yeah, I probably should have got out of that marriage a lot sooner. I probably should have never married him. But I was disconnected, and I learned that throughout my marriage. But once again, a lot of people get involved in marriages and in relationships.
You probably shouldn't have never married him?
Yeah.
There are no accidents in the universe. You know this to be true. I will not let you fall back into the common thought process. You cannot say this shit when you know what you know.
Okay, well, if I would, let me say it like
Speaking
this.
to the microphone.
If I was more connected to myself and my spirit and my soul at the time of meeting my ex-husband, I would have never embarked on a serious relationship with him.
But this is what I'm saying about you. Do you know how many motherfucking women fuck with you?
Righteous.
So you can't Michael Jackson moonwalk on the science that you know.
Okay.
You can't do that. You got to be able to just stand on your shit and say, bad choice. I chose him. I needed this experience in order to grow up. Thank you, brother, for growing me up.
Okay.
You can't be like, that shit shouldn't have happened, because that's not how the universe works.
I've learned lots of things, but I'm just trying to explain. The nagging didn't come from me in that relationship. And I haven't been a nagger since, but in that relationship.
It didn't come from you?
No, it didn't come from me until years of being fed up and realizing, whoa, this.
So it did come from you?
Yeah, it came from me after I was fed up, yes.
So again, the basic spiritual principle of what creates conflict for a lot of people, especially in the communication space, because you know there's different styles of communication. Cooperative, collaborative, right? Competitive, combative,
right?
And then avoidant. So they say avoidant creates conflict.
Yep.
So when you say I'm fed up, you imply a certain level of avoidance, which leads to tolerance. Tolerance is not the same as acceptance.
Okay, right. True.
Tolerance, I always say tolerance is tantamount to having a silent timer on situations. It's the silent volcano. oh, this is a beautiful volcano. Let's go up the slope and take pictures. Hey, this motherfucker hissing. Yes, pressure building up. When you tolerate shit you not down with, pressure is building. So instead of blaming the brother, what the brother actually did was reveal one of your communication flaws, which is tolerance.
Okay. But what if you've communicated it?
Just because you communicated it doesn't necessarily mean that person is compatible with your style of communication. A lot of times women communicate to men like they communicate to children. I had to point this out to one. I had to point this out to my son and daughter's mother. I said, when you say listen, what you're actually saying to them is do what I tell you. Yeah. So when you say you don't listen, that means you didn't do what I told you to do. I said, you're going to have to frame this shit different because these kids are intelligent. Just because you tell them to do something doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it. You have to frame it. Get this shit done, or there's going to be a price.
Right.
If it's not taken care of. I don't want you to just listen to me. I want you to go into action. I want you to apply what I'm telling you. Black mothers in particular, you hard-headed. You don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying?
No.
Kids. I don't know.
But you motherfuckers, that's just like
you hard-headed without kids. Yeah, you know.
That's just like a Christian saying the word belief and faith is the same shit. It's not. Don't ever squint your eyes at me.
But so when does it enter into like nagging? Because I don't think that I'm nagging. I'm thinking I'm simply
reiterated some shit you already said this morning.
I'm following up.
Oh, following up like in business.
Yes, I'm following up.
Typically in business, when motherfuckers follow up, they follow up with customer service as well. There's a tone, there's a delivery. Hey, Bob, I'm following up with you. I didn't get that call, but I'm waiting on it. Let me know when you're free.
Yeah.
That shit's not happening at the crib. Tell me I'm lying.
That's kind of true.
True that.
I mean, but
motherfucker, how many times I got to tell you? You think I like coming home to this house smelling like this? I mean, it's a simple motherfucking answer. All a nigga got to do is pull the drawstrings on the motherfucking trash bag. What is it, 10 feet away? The dumpster 10 feet away, my nigga.
Well, oftentimes we are harder on our partners than we are in like spaces like work or, you know, just with our friends. Like we'll show them our best version of ourselves, but then we come home and we drop all of that. And then we're like, that's where the nagging comes in. But that's all I got to say.
Hilarious.
And she's done.
And she drops the mic.
I'm just saying, you guys wouldn't know how to deal with a genius, a God king, if he fell out of the tree in front of your apartment.
But you know what? Whenever I'm cooking, I cook and clean at the same time. So I wouldn't even have a situation where I'm worried if you taking out the trash, because I'm cleaning up because I want my house to be fresh when the dinner's prepared. I want the dishes to be clean, the kitchen to be clean, so we can chill and enjoy. You feel me? So I don't really need that additional help. If you do it, praise the Lord. But I mean, I don't necessarily need it because for me, I don't like to have that look. I want it to be nice.
Phone lines are open. I want to get to you guys right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. People are saying I'm not going to answer the phone. Well, you're motherfucking wrong. Let these motherfuckers pop up. I don't see no lights. Let me put the camera on the phone. I don't see any lights.
They got tired.
Oh, there they are.
They calling.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Are you there? Let's see. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Fake callers. You guys are not real. Here we go. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You got to turn your life down. I can hear me in the background. You got to turn your whole life down.
Okay. You down.
All right. What's happening?
Hey, I'm Letitia from Arlington, Texas.
Letitia from Arlington, Texas. Talk to me about what I'm saying.
Oh, like you've been saying a lot of bad things about women.
I've said bad things about women. Let's hear it.
Yeah, you talking about us like, first of all, I feel like the only time a woman nag is when we express things to a man and we feel like we're not being heard.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that means
Hold on one second. Hold on, Letitia, hold on one second. Hold on. Because we getting some ad libs from the peanut gallery. I want to make sure that I'm able to hear you without interruption. So I'm going to cut a few mics. Is that okay?
I may need them for backup.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, what I was just saying, though, I feel like if you have a man that's doing everything, okay, cool, great. Most good women don't nag when their man is reaching all of their expectations. But when I feel like I'm expressing myself to my man, hey, baby, I need this from you, or can I get a little bit more of this from you, or do you mind doing this? Women have a certain reaction when they feel like they're not being heard.
So it's about being heard. Or is it about the fulfillment of the expectation?
I feel like.
You going to answer that?
Yeah, I'm going to answer.
Because that's a yes or no.
You just want me to say yes or no. Say it again now.
I'm just saying, is it about being heard or is it about the fulfillment of the expectation? Because I can hear you all day.
Heard. I feel like it's about being heard. And when you hear me as your girl, as your wife, and you care about the way I feel, if it's attainable, you're gonna give into the expectation.
Did you hear this shit? Then I get blamed. Okay. Men always say women are illogical. Would you like to walk through the logic of the circular reasoning you just presented?
I don't feel like women are illogical.
I don't want you to feel. I want you to think, young lady.
Men think differently, just like women think differently.
I agree. I agree,
but
that doesn't let women off the hook. Some people believe that women can't be logical. When you saying some shit that don't make no damn sense.
And some people feel like men can't think outside of their pants. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I just asked you a direct question. And it was a yes or no question. Even the ladies in here laughing.
Not me, girl.
That's why your mic off.
Uh-oh. I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
No, look, I asked you a direct question. You said it was about women. It's about women being heard. I said, or is it about the fulfillment of the expectation? Then you went back door to the expectation. I feel if you a good man and you really care about me, you would want to fulfill this expectation. What the fuck?
But men like to be.
But no, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to go past this point because this is probably part of the reason why there's some friction in relationships you've experienced.
Okay.
Don't go past the point of the circular rationale.
Okay.
You just said exactly what I said, but you just went in a circle. You said, no, it's not about the fulfillment, when in fact, it is about the fulfillment. And you're calling in here right after I gave the analogy of my son and daughter's mother, who say, listen to me, but what she's actually saying is do what I tell you.
Okay. When you say it like that, I get that. I get that.
So what?
When you put it in that kind of motion.
Well, shit. Okay. And I say bad things about women. Thank you for the call. The fuck?
Okay, we need people that
That's
ain't
right,
gonna
girl.
prove his point right. Call it in.
Go call in.
You know
Oh,
what?
some whoop de dibba dibba doo.
Right.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
Sometimes these conversations worry me because I feel like we're setting up for women to have no expectations of men and for us to just accept anything from our men. And I wonder, Zoe, what would you expect from a man dating your daughter?
Here's a perfect example. My daughter is a young Jedi. Oh, but she's not a normal Jedi.
Okay.
She's a gray Jedi.
Okay, now.
Have you guys heard of the story of the gray Jedi?
Tell us so we know.
Please.
Story time with Zoe Williams.
Yes. On today's show.
So the gray Jedi is a mixture between the Sith and the Jedi. They're gray. They don't follow the rules of the Jedi, which, like religion, can be dogmatic. They use some of the energy from the dark side, but they don't go all the way dark. They're like rogues. My daughter has been in my energy since the day she came out of the womb. She'll be 20 this year. My daughter has the science. She looks at motherfuckers for true content and meaning. She's not on no fuck shit. She knows what fuck boys are. You know, one of the reasons why she knows what a fuck boy is, because during my fuck boy days, I was transparent with her.
Okay.
And the moment she became cognizant of herself, I shared the dark and the light side of things. You in a dig? My daughter will be able to ascertain. She'll be able to look at niggas and be like, based off of their conversation, based off of what they're talking about, the depth of what they're talking about, background, legacy, who your peoples. She gonna be able to ask the right questions because this is what we've been going through since she was a child.
So you don't think?
Speak in the mic.
So you don't think good dick will change that thought process?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just
But let me
making
just
sure
say-
you
hold on,
look at
hold
the
on,
nigga face.
hold on.
He still ain't answered the
He
question.
ain't trying to hear about no good deed.
I did answer.
Expectations.
I did answer. I did answer. Fortunately, you know, we have that bridge yet. Okay. You know, and I'm sure she's gonna change.
I just want to make sure you're prepared.
But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if we look at what women complain about in context to what America is about, it's some superficial, poverty-based shit. How many motherfucking dreams you've had that said, "Man, I'm never gonna take no trash out after I win the lottery. I'll hire a maid." How many people you've heard say that? Most people,
a lot of people.
So the point that I'm trying to make is most people's expectation of their partner is also colored by poverty.
Right.
So now we off on what my daughter gonna do. Let's get back to why you niggas is nagging in the first place.
Mad when I put cream in the bitch.
Don't ask about your daughter again. Don't ever
She
do that
brought her
again.
up. I just
want to know. I just don't want us to set
I'm gonna
up
let
our-
you know
our
right
girls.
now. No, these conversations are necessary. These conversations are necessary when a woman is in her spirit, in her fullness of being. You think she gotta manipulate and barter her pussy to get her man to take the trash out?
If you gotta use your pussy to take the trash out, like that's low level puss. Like I mean, like I think if there's anything that you need a barter for, it's not like, bitch, take the trash out your damn self. Like value your pussy a little bit more, and like if that's really what we going for these days, like or hire someone to do it. Like that shit, like taking the trash out, like that's not that big of an issue. Like, just someone take it out. Like, if you have to take it all the time, so fucking what? Like, just take the shit out. I don't understand. Well, but even like mowing the grass or whatever, like I just feel like, okay, if you're capable and you have two hands just like everyone else, I mean, it just needs to get done. If you don't want to do it, pay someone to do it. Like, I don't feel like a partner needs to like doing it. Like, I don't know too many people that want to do certain chores or whatever. It's like, you just need to get it done. So then you come up with a plan, you communicate with your partner, and hopefully, you know, work for ways. Okay, what do you like to do? What do I like to do? We figure it out. We come up with a plan. Write that shit down if you got to. Like, pretend you're roommates and you have to check shit off. Like, come up, just do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is a really long conversation about chores.
I think
but do you see what do you have to nag your man about that is of true substance?
Like, this just seems petty to me.
That's what I'm asking.
Right.
That's a real question.
But see, when
true substance. What do you nag your man about?
If I'm nagging my man, it's usually over a money situation. If I were to nag, it would probably over money or something that has to do with the rearing of our children, if that's what needs to be done.
You know what I'm hip to? Just to speak to that point. Antonio Moore wrote that 11-page breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
No, 67 pages.
Yeah.
The 11 things that won't close the wealth gap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Saving your money. Most black people save at a higher rate than white people.
Mm-hmm.
Recycling black dollars. That won't do it either.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a difference between wealth and income.
Okay.
Generational wealth and income. There's a difference between those two things. Right? I have given this paperwork, this study out of Duke to several people.
Right.
They don't want to read it.
Because it's 67 pages of what they don't want to hear about.
Because this goes back to my point about differentiating between nagging and motivational speaking.
Right.
If I give you a 67-page report written by the world's leading economist out of fucking Duke, and you then turn around and say, that is negative.
But you're giving it out of expectation
No.
they're going to...
Read this shit.
No, just to give themselves knowledge.
Inform yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
Read it, inform yourself. Let's have a discussion after you've been adequately informed, and then we'll begin from there. I'm not reading that shit. This shit negative. I saw on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah that the law of attraction. Okay. So then we have ourselves in this position. Does that make sense?
A lot.
So is that nagging somebody to say, read this report?
No.
Inform yourself?
You just want them to be in the same know that you are. But the only thing women argue, I can't speak for most women. I can only speak for myself. But what I have noticed in most women is that when they're nagging men over mundane chores, there's something way deeper going on in the relationship than those mundane chores. Because if you're telling a man to take out the garbage, what if he sets your trash ash in the garbage? You know, I'm just saying, there's a way you have to approach a man because you might be the garbage he need to take out.
I like. You have finally come to the conversation.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, the phone lines are open. I'm coming right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? You're not on the line. Bye. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Turn your life down. Your life.
Zo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's happening?
Hey, Zo. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, this is RJ from the Bay. Zo, I had a question for you and the panel around sort of the topic. What do you think would happen as a community if women and men sort of nag that inner desire for self-love, discovery, and development as much as they do their partner?
How about that? Hey, here we go.
I just wanted to hear you speak on that, Zo.
Here we go. We about to turn the corner in this motherfucker. Thank you for that, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Town business.
All right, fam.
Okay, well, all right. Since I'm getting looked at, I feel like a lot of times, well, in my personal experience, I feel like, well, when I was already feeling like I was evolving, I felt like I was out evolving my ex-husband. And so a lot of that nagging was wanting him to catch up to me. And yeah, you're right when you say you have to work it and focus on yourself. But when you're in a partnership, some of that is like, I want you to be here. I want you to be healthy. You know, my ex-husband had type 1 diabetes, and I probably nagged him more about health than anything else, to be really real with you.
But do you hear the ego in the statement you just made?
Because I want him to be healthy? Okay, where's
the statement
ego,
before?
Reveal me to myself.
Did you hear it? Did y'all hear what she said? I want him to be on my level.
I want him right here with me.
Did you hear it?
For me to want my partner to be right beside me, though?
Can I tell you something?
Tell me something.
You cannot have a partner that's not on your level. You get what you are. So many people misunderstand what that means. You might not be unhealthy in your body like he was. It might be an unhealthy thought process or unhealthy set of beliefs or standards that attracted you two together for the resolution of you guys' problems.
Okay. So what about people that get in relationships and then they work on themselves and they feel like, well, my partner's not working on themselves as much?
As the relationship dismount outlines.
Get yours today.
Get yours today. You and your partner are always growing at two separate rates.
Right.
You guys, sometimes you might get an understanding at the same time, but most times what you may have got in a moment may take your partner a year, 2 years. Listen, just because we read together doesn't mean we grow together. Just because we are together doesn't mean we grow together at the same rate.
Right.
Okay.
So when you looking at your partner saying, I need you to catch up with me, you've taken your eyes off of your path, which is tantamount to looking at somebody else while you driving on the freeway. You ready to set yourself up for an accident. It's your path. Stay on your path. They're there to reveal shit to you about you.
So you're not there to help take care of your partner? Y'all not supposed to help each other in a relationship?
No.
So no, I can't agree with that.
Now watch this.
Okay.
Relationship is a school. Okay. The university of you. Your partner reflects you. Right? What is your partner reflecting? Carl Jung said it in many different ways. Carl Jung said, like an iceberg, the tip is visible. That represents the conscious waking mind. Like an iceberg, the part that's underwater is typically 10, 100 times larger than the iceberg that has come out of the water. So the unconscious mind has so much more to it than the conscious mind. Carl Jung also said, in the unconscious mind lies all of your conflict, all of your past trauma. And what it's doing is trying to work itself up to the conscious mind so it can resolve itself in relationship conflict. Relationship is a school, the university of you. You're there to learn about yourself, not to regulate what the fuck your partner is comprehending or not.
Okay.
Because the fact that you're trying to regulate them means you think you ain't got no work to do, or your work is done. You've already turned your paper in and you got free time to hover over another nigga's shoulder. Spirit don't work that way. Do you understand? Scientists have already proven one thing about our reality. You know, dig? Our reality is fragmented. Some say pixelated. Right? They've broken it down. Crystalline, even. All the way down to the smallest level. The smallest level of reality makes a fucking atom look like an entire galaxy. That's how small the smallest level of reality is. They've broken it all the way fucking down to what is called the Planck length. The Planck length shows that reality builds on top of itself in a crystalline form, and each one of those individual, let's say pixels, for lack of a better word, is in the shape of a pyramid. And they keep building until they build our reality. Our reality is pixelated. Our time is pixelated. Our particles are pixelated. So what makes you think our answers that come from relationships aren't pixelated? This is why you need multiple relationships in order to get a couple of answers about yourself. So nobody got time to take their hand off the wheel and look over and go, oh, nigga, you need to catch up. You need to hurry up and get up here with me. How are they with you if they not up there with you?
Right.
It's impossible to be with somebody you're better than. Uh-oh.
I was better than one of mine.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No.
What'd you say?
No, you weren't.
Totally better.
No. Oh, sorry.
Okay, no does mean no most times.
Do you get what I'm saying? Most relationship specialists, I've said this before, are sociologists.
Yeah.
Their job is to get you to fit into society so you can look normal.
Right.
So if they are there to teach your lessons and they're the mirror of yourself, doesn't it also cause you to look deeper into them to realize whatever it is that you're missing or whatever your lesson is?
No. It's not looking into them, it's looking into you. You manifested this motherfucker. The fuck? Most motherfuckers who teach relationship spirituality haven't really done the research on metaphysics, haven't really done the research on the Upanishads or the Vedas or even the Bhagavad Gita or Shinto or Taoism. Most motherfuckers ain't really read nothing.
I remember. I only recognize one thing you just said. Because honestly, I don't know. Being ignorant to that doesn't exempt you from not going to find out about it.
But do you understand what I'm saying? The Dharmapada. Most motherfuckers ain't never read this shit. Most motherfuckers, when we talk about the spirituality as it pertains to relationship, we get religious. Well, the Quran says, or the Bible says.
When the Bible ain't said nothing about sucking that man's dick.
But it's a lot of people's point of reference, you know?
Yeah, that's a point of reference. But you know what? How do you know when you are in a place to attract the right person for yourself? Like if you've already thrown away your emotional garbage, or if you've already...
Let's go deeper.
Yeah, let's get all the way deep.
You're nagging because you want to be certain. You want to be safe. That's why you nag.
For security reasons.
You nag for security. That's it.
What if you don't nag?
Then you're happy with where you are.
Okay.
Nagging is tantamount to being a fucking malcontent.
It's an insecurity.
What?
Yeah,
no. Pass the mic, please.
I don't do
What?
no nagging. Yeah, no nagging here.
What did I just say? For most people, am I lying? I'm not saying everybody. I know there's some good people out there who, you know, hey, man, I'm trying to bring something to your attention, you know? But for most people, most motherfuckers is nagging because they malcontents. Do you disagree? Weekdays.
No, I actually don't. Looking...
You know better.
I learned that one thing. But no, looking back at like past relationships when I've been with people that were damaged, I look back and I can see that I was damaged as well. And I would agree with your reflection of saying that you receive what you reflect. And I feel like if you say, oh, I was better than this person, well, then why didn't you leave?
Why didn't it work?
Like,
superhero, you better than this motherfucker. Put him on your shoulders.
Right.
Fly off into the distance with this nigga then.
So I would agree with that reflection because it's something I feel like within you, even if it's subconscious, something internally that you're projecting out there to basically attract this other person. So I don't know.
But look, society as a whole think women are doing better than brothers anyway. So women are coming from a disposition of I'm in a better position than you are. Get up here with me, nigga. Get like me, nigga. Am I lying?
True.
Am I lying?
No.
So what does that do to your ego when you try to interface with a good man?
Now, see, that's where I think weekdays, you're on a level where you owning a home now. You're going to be in a more judgmental position as a young dating person now, especially being that you have options because you're cute. You own your own home.
She got that fat little monkey.
I mean, I'm not trying to picture that, but there are some guys out there that are going to come at you like, bitch, pay me. You know, because that's when but what if you meet a good dude and he's like, bitch, pay me? Not those words, but you know.
When you say like broke. Pay me, you're talking about like me
will you
financially
take care of a
support
guy?
him?
Yeah. Would you do that?
No.
Okay. I don't know if I wouldn't say I wouldn't, but I won't say I will yet.
I wouldn't financially support someone, but I would be willing to say, hey, like we can learn skills together that you can learn how to go and get yours. I mean, that's how I learned how to get mine. No one handed me anything. I mean, I was blessed and privileged, but I hit a patch in my life where I had to learn how to fucking be a boss. And what is all this face for? So what is going on with you?
I'm sorry. We did.
What is it? Zo, what are you laughing at?
He's laughing because you said I was a blessed and privileged. How she said it?
But I wasn't handed anything.
No. Let me clarify because
Wait, let me just say I am no way bashing weekdays, you guys.
No, because I hit a point in my life where I was in a relationship that like stripped me of nothing. And my parents did not hand me anything to climb myself out of that hole. I had to climb myself. So I was in a privileged position where had I just not gone and dealt with the person that was damaged and that I was not secure enough in my womanhood to say this is not something I need to align myself with, then I would have never put myself in that situation. But because I put myself in that situation and chose to stay there, I was responsible for climbing myself out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. It's an amazing show happening today. Yet, it feels like the Generals playing against the Globetrotters.
Really?
They always lose to the men. Mansions.
Are you serious?
Oh, God.
Listen. Mansions is fire, ladies. Hot monkey grease right off the griddle. Because men are unapologetic about their truths. And until you guys realize that society has set you up to behave like children, to throw tantrums, to barter your pussy for trash being taken out, oil being changed, lawns being cut. This ain't new. This is not new. We've already established in this conversation that the majority of the talking points of nagging be some mundane bullshit. The man called in and said, how come we don't nag each other over personal growth tips?
Right.
Pushing each other to become better. Well, now it's not really a nag, it's like an alarm.
Well,
hey.
That's what she said about
Right, about the
That's
hell.
what she said about her?
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Let me finish.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We spoke about what she said about the health. Let's not compartmentalize. Her framing was, get up here with me. It came from a space of I'm better. I'm doing better. I'm in a better position. If the shoe is on the other foot, this nigga's abusive.
No, they're in the
No.
Wait a minute.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
No, but it is
I didn't
how.
necessarily make it seem like I was saying all of that was about get up here. A lot of that was me really concerned about his health and wanting him to be healthier.
Yes.
We changed I got him to be a raw vegan for some time and cut his insulin in half. I was very determined
That's dope.
to help heal my ex-husband, and that wasn't always coming
Did
from
you think
I
you
want
were
to be on
better
my
than
level.
him? And we're done here, ladies and gentlemen.
Knew she was
But
better
it's
than
all-
him. She
I
didn't
mean,
think.
How
No.
you frame it.
Let's
If she
stop.
is putting
But
herself
at
in a
what
place.
though? At what though? Because my ex-husband is literally one of the most brilliant men that I know to this day. Brilliant.
Did you think you were better than him?
I felt like I was more saucy.
Yes.
In that way. I felt like I was more saucy than him. And I wanted to help him in certain areas. But all I'm saying is that wasn't all out of ego. You know. I'm just saying.
Oh, shit.
But see, you know, men judge us too. Y'all think y'all better than us too. That's why you want to compete us with mansions.
All I'm saying is, I don't know what compete us means, but that's fine. You gonna speak on some shit? Be grammatically correct. You want to compete us with mansions? What kind of slave talk?
You know, Del, I mean, you want us in competition with mansions all the time. So that's
So
why
I'm gonna
you
say it
doing
again. Society has set y'all up in such a way that most black women in America are looking down their noses at black men.
Yes, we do.
Come,
We do.
you just gonna cape? People say I cape. People say I'm simping. Am I? I'm calling y'all to the floor. Huh? You can't nag a motherfucker to reach a certain level of consciousness if you yourself haven't reached it.
But you have a lot of dudes, they talking on all this game like they're gonna do so much, and then when it's time to produce, they don't do it. So therefore, that means you need another reminder for me to go ahead and tell you, what didn't you say? I don't need you telling me what I need. You know.
Do it again. Do me again.
Right, because that was totally you. But you know what? Men that say they're gonna do,
Yeah, the dig. Okay.
men that say they're gonna do are. That's when the woman should really reflect right then. A man telling you he's gonna do this and do that for you, that means you have something needy in your energy attracting his ass to want to lie and say he's gonna do to get them panties. Because Zoe already said to us, yes, I'm about to snatch the pebbles out your hand, nigga. Zoe already said to us that a man is only gonna act how he thinks he needs to get them draws.
Another horrible dismount. I don't know what the fuck Peaches is talking about. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo.
What's happening, Pimp? What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Prophet. I'm from New Jersey.
Speak on it, bro.
Yo, man, I've thought this from a while. There was another episode you guys were talking about a similar issue, and I honestly feel like, with no disrespect, just using a metaphor, I feel like women nowadays are the new house niggas. You know what I'm saying? And black men, you know what I mean? We the field slaves, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all niggas out there, you know, all sweaty and nasty. Meanwhile, we in the house with master, you know what I mean? So that makes us better than you. So you got to get on our level and get in the house, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we all out here, you know, slaves technically. You know what I mean? If you
Oh,
get the
I see what he's saying, metaphorically speaking. The black woman has been accepted into the big house by the white establishment, making her the house nigga, whereas the black man is basically ostracized socially, rendering him the fucking field nigga, the slave, the outdoors nigga. I get it. I got the metaphor. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And they walking around in the house with their nose up at us. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we out here busting our ass, and
look at these niggas.
We're not in the same level because we're not in the house. But that don't mean we're not out here doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? We out here busting our ass, getting beat up.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
but
Left
you're
and right.
outside and you smell like
If you
burlap.
let us do it, that's some weakness. That's if we can take control, that's weakness. I'm just being real. Let's just be real. If I can walk all over you, then that's a weakness on a man's part. If you can't put your foot down and handle that, then that's just being real. That's just being real.
True.
No, I
you know what I'm
agree with you
saying?
on
And
that.
I'm not saying that we should be
I
looking
agree
down
with
on
you
our
on that.
brothers, but that's just the reality. Men, if y'all don't want to be looked at a certain way, you got to learn how to put your foot down, have that confidence. It's just real.
Thank you, brother, for the call. We appreciate it.
No, but but also, if I'm in the house, that means I got access. So why don't you work with me so we can both come up and get up out of here?
First off, you done aggrandized your position in the house. You ain't got no goddamn access. Let one of these stinking ass niggas in this house and see what happened to your position.
But I'm gonna be there when
you
they
gonna be
swing.
outside in the sweat box, nigga. You gonna be in the hot box.
Yeah,
you brought one of these niggas in here.
He gonna be telling you to bring him something to drink in a minute.
Let me
In
get
your
these
house.
let me get some of these callers in here. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, you got to turn your life down. I could hear your radio in the background. Turn it down. Let's talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hell is low. Welcome to the show. We got a couple minutes to go. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm Shaw from North Carolina.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, y'all. As far as the nagging, I grew up around an older generation. My grandfather was born in the 1920s, and my grandmother was too. And one of the things that I learned is that my grandfather always told me the less said is the best said. Don't ever repeat yourself because people can hear you, and most of the time people can understand you. When you speak to make yourself clear. You speak to make yourself concise so that people understand where you're coming from. And I was taught that by the men in my family, my grandfather and my uncles. So whenever I talk to men, I always listen for their intention and always listen to hear what point that they're trying to make and what they're trying to get across. The best thing that I have learned from them is that, as a woman, you can speak so much out of emotion that no one will take you serious. So as, I started growing up, I started realizing that the best way to get your point across is to speak once. And most of the time when people know you don't talk a whole lot and you speak once, they're more prone to be quiet and listen because they know I don't hear them a whole lot. When you hear a person talk all the time, you pretty much tune them out. But if you listen to a person that doesn't talk all the time, then you know that they have something to say that will come across and you would get it.
That ain't always
so
true.
My aunt was the same way with my uncle.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Thank
you.
Thank you very much for the call.
Thank you, girl. I think her cousin them make some banana pudding in that kitchen for Mother's Day. You gonna make Mama some banana pudding, girl?
No, she dropped facts,
with some
man.
vanilla wafer.
She dropped facts.
She
Listen.
did, but she sound like she make good banana pudding.
Listen.
But she only get to talk once.
So let me do this really quickly. Everybody around the table, tell us where we can find you. Tell us what you guys are doing. Tell us, how people can connect with you. This is the beginning of the conversation, not the end. The beginning. Continue this conversation out in the blogger sphere, out in the IG and Facebook. Continue. Take bits and pieces of this and share it with your friends and tell them, yo, man, you got to tune into this show because they have real game getting laid down. Weekdays. Where can they find you?
You can find me actually on Dash Radio. You can find me on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy every Thursday. I have Kitty Radio. We air on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 a.m. Eastern. You can also find me on Instagram at Sherelle Patrice. That's CherellePatrice.
Love it. Why don't you look into the camera one more time?
Hi.
Tell people how you doing. There we go. And then Sarah without the H. You were on some fuckery today, but go ahead, finish.
You can find me on Facebook at Sarah Jackson. You can find me on Instagram at Sarah without the H99. Or you can tune in on Sundays at 5 o'clock to Sundays with Sarah on Dash Talk X.
There you go. And then my girl, Mimi.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mimi. You can find me on Keeping It Real with Mimi on all social media platforms, or you can check me out on Thursdays, accelerateradio.net. Keeping It Real with Mimi, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Check us out, baby.
Whoop. And then this youngling from another land.
You can catch me on Goddess Ayana on YouTube or Twitter. My Instagram is Divine Stargate. You can also catch me at Simply Wholesome at a workshop on Monday about women's health. I'm going to teach you ladies how to keep it right and tight and healthy. 7 to 9 p.m. at Simply Wholesome. You can get your tickets at eventbrite.com.
Will there be any male judges to see if it's actually tight? Go ahead. Peaches.
You forgot my name.
No, I didn't. Hurry up, girl, with your sick ass so we can get out of this hot box.
Tomorrow night, if you're in LA, come up to the J Spot. It's going down. It's a hell of a headliner show. Me, Slink Johnson, a bunch of other people. Melrose. Right. Next Saturday, I'm doing the Black Women in Comedy Festival. And the next Saturday, the 25th, I'm at the Ice House main stage. Come see a sister.
Listen, Zoe Williams, Voice of Reason. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Check this out. I'm about to do Tone Talks right after this, so stay tuned. I'm about to do Tone Show. We about to go in on a more intellectual level.
Oh. Yeah. Y'all see y'all Monday. Compete us.
Oh my God. That is terrible. Oh my God.
They was going in when I said that one. That's why.
Compete us.
You know what I meant, damn it.
Somebody said I look like I don't hang my towels up after I shower. Like, what does that mean?
My cousin was like,